Okay, yeah, hello everyone. So, welcome to the podcast, um, my daily thoughts. Apologies for my long absence. I'm going to try to be more present. So, I think it's a good time to start anyway. I've missed most of First Kings and Second Kings. Hopefully, we'll go back to them sometime later, soon in life. But I don't want to say we haven't missed much. The good thing is that we have the opportunity to recap again or to go over again in First and Second Chronicles, because most of the stories are kind of like repeated, but they are not repeated. It's just that the Chronicles gives a more detailed account of the same things that we already read in the Book of Kings. And so the Chronicles, like when you see a story in First and Second Kings, you want to get the full gist, the deeper gist, you go to the Chronicles. So it's just as well that we are going on with the Chronicles, but I don't think I'm not sure if the story of Elijah was even repeated in Chronicles. Anyway, so let's talk. So I'm going to start with First and Second Chronicles. I think I like the fact that they went back. They gave us a good history of who is who and how who is connected to who and all of that. And it also struck me that when they started talking about the children of Isaac, they focused on Esau first. And I don't know why, but I can give a guess. It could be because it was actually the first child. We know all of the story of Jacob supplanting Esau and getting the blessing and all of that. But for some reason, at least Esau got the first mention in this case. I just thought to highlight that. But secondly, and more importantly, in my opinion, is that I think Esau's story was a briefer one. So maybe they just thought, oh, let's just get that out of the way and then focus on Jacob's long story. And so we saw that and it went. I liked how when they got to Judah, they didn't dwell too much on the incestuous relationship between him and Tamar, because, okay, maybe it wasn't incestuous per se, but it was against the law. A man is not supposed to marry his child's wife. But it happened. It just went, it was a neatly told way of the story. And then we see how the whole thing falls and it gets to Abraham. And I'm not even sure if Ishmael, I don't think Ishmael was mentioned. So, while I say that the Chronicles was a detailed account, it wasn't too detailed. It didn't give us the full gist at least of the patriarchs. But by the time we got to David, the story now started getting more detailed. There was a pause. And for me, I think one of the things that I'll think about is, number one, good for them, they got a mention, as opposed to some other people that probably lived about the same time and didn't get a mention, so it's good. But the question is, when the chronicles of our times are being written, how are you going to get a mention? And if you do get mentioned, how detailed will the mention be? What are the things that we're doing that will count in the grand scheme of things? For me, that was one of the things that stood out. And the other thing is that we had a lot of women mentioned in First Chronicles chapter 2. I'm taking count of the women that were mentioned in the Bible. So I'm now seeing, because there was just always this thing of like, the Bible seems to focus more on men and all. But now that I'm taking a more detailed look, I see that it's not so. Okay, so we're back on our famous walk with. So I was talking about the women. I counted quite a number of women in First Chronicles 2, and it made me, when I say happy, and particularly because they were identified as either the mother of somebody or the daughter of somebody. And many times while I understand our need for women to be more and do more, I think that sometimes we downplay the efforts and roles and the, let's say, the work that goes into being a mother or being a daughter and providing nurture and helping people show up and be their best selves as we nurture them. So I like that the good number of the women that showed up as mothers or as daughters, and I think it's okay. I think we need to start celebrating motherhood, family, as much as we celebrate exploits. Exploits are good, but we need to also make sure that we don't lose our family values because we want to prove that women can be more and do more. So I hope I'm not miscommunicating, but what I'm trying to say is that being a mother, being a daughter, being a wife also add color and value to our collective lives. There are things that we can only achieve as mothers. There are some changes that we can only achieve as we inculcate those values in our children, as we help our children be more, or help our husbands be more, or help our parents or siblings be more. So please, while we go out and slay those giants and all, I think we should also celebrate the fact that we were put in families. God put us in families. It's not an afterthought. Thank you. So, as usual, I would love to hear your thoughts, and we can just talk more about First and Second Kings in the comments, if that's okay by you. I'll share any insights I want to share in the comment section for First and Second Kings, and if you have any further insights on First and Second Chronicles, First Chronicles 1 and 2, please let's have it. Have a good day.